Now, our next line is Royal Caribbean, and I'm very glad today to say that we've actually got somebody from, not Planet Cruise, but from Royal Caribbean themselves. So let me introduce you to Stephen Joyner. Let me say hi to you, Stephen.
Morning.
Thanks for having me on today. Before we do anything, let's talk about Royal Caribbean themselves. Why should anyone watching right now consider Royal Caribbean?
Royal Caribbean is an incredible cruise line. We have some amazing itineraries of where we travel to, but it's not just about those destinations that we travel to, it's more about the unique experiences that we offer on board for our passengers.
What sort of things can we expect on board the ship?
We've got some incredible firsts at sea. We are leading in technology and innovations as well. So we've got things like ice skating, roller skating, the rock climbing wall, some of the feature signatures that we have already on some of our ships already, but with our new Quantum class ships, we take that boundary to the next level with iFly by Ripcord, a skydiving simulator, as well as like your surf
Let's take
simulator.
a moment to look at one of the ships, and maybe you can talk us around it and tell us exactly what we're seeing, because there's a lot to see on these beautiful
It's a huge
lines.
amount.
Let me just, that's the destination. What I would like to do right now is show you the Explorer of the Seas itself. So let's take a moment. We're going to reload the video and play you one about the, because I like to talk about the ship first so we know what our hotel is going to be. And ultimately, you've already heard we've got some cutting-edge technology on these ships. One of the new ones, hasn't it got a thing called the Northern Star, where you actually...
The North Star, absolutely, yes. On our Quantum class ships, we've got actually Anthem coming in next week, which we're really, really excited about. But yes, you're right, the North Star, it elevates you 300 foot above sea level.
You out over the ocean.
It gives you a completely different perspective of the ship and also your surroundings.
Unbelievable.
It is truly incredible.
Come on, that video's ready now. Let's have a look at the Explorer. Tell us what we're looking at, Steve.
Okay, this is Explorer of the Seas. Here's the rock climbing wall. It's something completely different that you'll ever experience at sea, going up on the rock climbing wall. We've got our signature ice skating rink.
Wow.
Mini golf.
I would say it's not mini, that's pretty good size, right?
yeah.
Mini golf, to me, you'd think a tiny little area.
Well, Explorer of the Seas is literally, as we're talking now, going through an enhancement programme, of our multi-million-dollar enhancement programme.
Right.
And she'll have some new features that you might have seen on some of our other ships as well.
Looks amazing.
Amazing cuisine. You've got Johnny Rockets also on board, which are really juicy, thick burgers, which you have to try.
Now, I think you were telling me earlier you're about to join this ship. You're going to be going.
I am on the 23rd, yeah. When she comes out of her revitalisation, she'll have some new features like the Flow Rider putting on her. You can see there as well, before you've got the Casino Royale, and you've got the Royal Promenade as well, which is an incredible heart and soul of the ship.
I should share with you at home,
entertainment as well.
We've got exclusive price reductions on this particular cruise. Exclusive price reductions, and in fact we've only got, well, I'm being told, we've got less than 50 cabins remaining now. We've got less than 50 cabins remaining. So if you would like one of these exclusive price reductions, you've got to call that number at the bottom of the screen. We often say limited availability. We've got less than 50 cabins remaining on this particular deal, so take advantage of it. And again, talk to the team, find out more information. If there's anything we don't cover off, then take the opportunity to call the guys and ask them those questions. Let's take a moment to see where we go. Justin, maybe you want to talk us through the itinerary, because ultimately we want to know where we're going.
Yeah, well, one of the first things is, of course, it's a Southampton departure, so it's great for those of you that don't like your fly cruising. You're going to have 2 great relaxing days at sea. As Stephen was saying earlier on, Royal Caribbean, it's all about their ships. You know, everybody's always said about, you know, the Royal Promenade and all the shops that you've got on board. It really is an experience. You cannot believe that you're actually on a cruise ship in the middle of the ocean. First actual port of call, though, is Gibraltar, and this is an absolute classic.
The Rock.
You've got to go up the Rock. Yeah. Just go careful with the monkeys. It's brilliant to see them, but they are they'll have anything that's in your hand, it's gone. Of course, one thing as well, I never got to do the actual underground labyrinth of tunnels.
Yeah.
They're actually built in there by the British. You've got to go there and check that out. Of course, great stopping off point for duty free. There he is. I think I might be related. He's got more hair than me. Yeah, Gibraltar, an absolute great way to sort of, you know, just ease you into this wonderful itinerary. From Gibraltar, you're going to go to Malaga.
Love Malaga.
Tapas.
Yeah.
It is one of the best places for tapas. Of course, you've got the Alcazaba Fort, which is just up on the hillside. It's actually the largest city on the Costa del Sol. Again, the Mediterranean, we've been talking about how, you know, rich cultural history. It's been ruled by several different empires, so you've got a real clash of architecture and culture. Real great way to discover the true Med. Then from Malaga, you can have a nice relaxing day at sea, and again, it's nice to have a couple of days in port, and then just have chill out. Even if you go to a destination, you have your days where you have a busy day, you have a quiet day.
This next port is really nice, isn't it?
I knew you were going to say that. Well, we actually touched on this earlier on. We were saying that when you're in Monte Carlo, you've got to go to Nice. Well, you go into Nice. Now, again, this has got a real great history with sort of 1920s, 1930s. It's the heyday. It's the place to be seen. You've got, of course, the rich film history with the Cannes Film Festival just down the road. One thing in Nice is you've got these beautiful beaches and fantastic sort of swanky restaurants on the beachfront, and then you go into the town and you've got these lovely cobbled streets. And some of the shops that you got down there, it's not your high street brands, it's real stuff that you want to be able to take home. Anyway, I could go on and on about this. I really do like it.
It's hard though, isn't it? I don't know how you keep it to such a short amount of information.
Well, the thing is, at least you've got 14 nights to enjoy it by. Anyway, we're going into Ajaccio. This is a birthplace of Napoleon Bonaparte. Does have other highlights though, and of course Corsica is again fantastic for food. The weather's going to be great. Take a walk around the harbour. There's plenty to do. It's quite a rugged landscape, so if you do want to head up into the mountains, then you can do. But from Ajaccio, we're on to Sardinia.
Do you know, we've never cruised to Sardinia. My wife and I, we were both on ships for years. So I did 18 years at sea. So we went here for a honeymoon.
And what did you think?
Oh my goodness, beautiful. Absolutely loved it. Recommend it in a heartbeat.
It is one of those places that you can get lost but still feel comfortable. Those winding streets, and then you just open out onto a view like this. Again,
it's like Italy in the Caribbean.
Well, I was just going to mention the Caribbean colour of the oceans and the sea there. With Sardinia, you've actually got to go to Il Castillo, which is a neighbourhood which overlooks the actual town itself. And this is sort of the medieval heart of the actual town itself. It really is the Sicilian side of life. Anyway, from Sardinia, we're coming into it's a classic port.
Palma.
It's Palma, and of course with this you've got an overnight on board as well. One thing you've got to try here is the food. If you love prawns, if you like garlic, there's a hot garlic prawn dish that they serve up in these lovely little clay pots just behind the actual cathedral itself. Of course, the cathedral, it's instantly recognisable is Parma, so you've got to go there and try that. Now, there's one other delicacy as well that's worth...
We're just going to have a quick look at Parma here so we can actually see how gorgeous it is.
It's a lovely coastline. Actually, if you take a taxi up the west coast, there's some lovely little harbours and bays that you can find a quiet restaurant around there.
You see, you would think you're in the Caribbean. I bet if we didn't tell you that was the Med, you just presume that's the Caribbean.
Great beach location without having to go all that way.
Phenomenal. And you don't have to run around as quickly as these people are. Take it easy. That's what it's all about. The Mediterranean lifestyle is very, very relaxed. Sit back, have a glass of wine, enjoy a sunset. That's what this is all about.
I tell you, if you want to take a really nice relaxing time, there's a vintage electric railway that you can actually go on up into the mountains. So, perhaps if you love engineering, perhaps if that's an interest of yours, but just imagine just taking that in. Nice little journey. Anyway, on from Parma, we're going to go on to Seville, of course. Oranges, fantastic. This is the heart place, or the birthplace of flamenco, bullfighting, and the fiesta. This is a way of life. This is quintessential. You can't get more Spanish than Seville. One thing you've got to go to is the old part of the city, to the Giralda Tower, and this was actually built in 1248 by the Moorish conquerors. And again, it just goes to show the rich history and the influence from all these different empires.
And then, of course, another couple of days at sea to enjoy Explorer of the Seas, which we've got to see at the start of the show. Don't forget, this is Southampton to Southampton, so you can take all the luggage you want. These are exclusive price reductions to Planet Cruise, so take advantage of it. You've got free up to $200 on board spend per stateroom. You do, if you want that free $200, I would say 300 then, free $200 on board spend, you do need to book by Monday. Okay, the 13th is on Monday. Free car parking at Southampton. If you wanted to, say coming from up north or flying down, you might decide to have a night at the Mere Valley Marriott in Southampton, and that's £75 per person per night, but that will include your breakfast as well as the hotel and your parking, and you get transferred to and fro as well, which is absolutely Brilliant. Stephen, thanks for coming in today. Really appreciate it. If you could encapsulate the line in just a sentence or two, what would you say about Royal Caribbean?
There is literally a cruise and a destination for anyone, whether you're families or whether you're a couple. There's an incredible experience waiting for you on a Royal Caribbean ship. There's so many activities to do, amazing cuisine, and the entertainment is out of this world. It really is phenomenal.
Great.
So,
hey, let's say thanks to you. I really appreciate you coming in
Thank
today.
you very much.
Now, another thing you might want to consider is excursions. You can always buy those on board. You can buy them in advance as well, which makes your life even easier. And if you buy them in advance, that can save you up to 60% of the onboard price, which is really handy. Price match guarantee as well. Short excursion packages are available. It's really worth considering. And again, talk to the team. 0800 751 5458, and they can take care of that for you.